works. Okay. Hi, all my MySpace and YouTube viewers. This is Annie, Got Jesus 36. Just an update. Today is May 8th, 2008 at, it's like 9 something. Anyway, let me tell you what happened today. So, a lot of you guys know that I work with kids, and it's a wonderful job. But the issue that happened, actually, it kind of grew into this big thing, and it's ridiculous. Okay. In the morning, I leave early in the morning to get kindergartners from their class, and then we start our after-school program. They go ahead, do a little bit of exercise, stretching, dance, sit out, cardio, whatever. They go to lunch, come back, sit down in a circle. I take their attendance. They do arts and crafts and whatnot. So anyway, one particular girl, I love her to death. She brought in a clock like 3 weeks ago, max. And it was an electronic clock. It wasn't like learning how to tell the time type thing. And she was showing everybody, because usually like kids, like when they get something new, they're like, "Ooh, look what I have! Ooh, ooh, I have this new lunch pail. You don't have it. You don't have it." Oh, so she was doing that, and I was like, "Look," I was like, "You know what? Put it in your backpack, because if you lose it, that's on you, honey. You put it in your backpack." She wouldn't listen, playing around with it. I'm like, "Okay, give it to me. I'm gonna hold it, and I'm gonna put it in, because in the cafeteria we have little closets that are specifically for our program." So I was like, I'm just gonna put it in the closet, and I'm gonna hold it for you. And when you act better, when you act better, and when you listen better, I'm gonna give it to you. But you have to put it in your book bag. She's like, "Okay." And so when we went to the cafeteria to take roll for the other kids, at first I get the kindergartners, then the other kids come in through 5th grade in the cafeteria. So at that time, I retrieve it from the closet, give it to her, tell her, "Now look, you need to put that in your book bag, okay? Do not lose that clock. I don't know how important it is to your daddy or your mommy. I want you to put that in your book bag." She's like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay." Now, this is where this story fits in. 2-3 days after that, come to find out, she lost it. You know, that's common with a little kid. When you give them something, sometimes they'll lose it, sometimes they won't. It's not good for you to give a kindergartner something that is super important to you, and you know, because they might lose it. You never know. They're kindergartners. They're just, you know, whatever. So come to find out, she lost it. Her father came up to me. It was one time when she was sick. No, it was the next day. He was like, "Oh, well, she lost her clock." And I was like, "Oh, you know, like, okay." He's like, "Well, have you seen it?" I was like, "Sorry, the last time I seen it was when I gave it to her, and I told her specifically to put it in her backpack." Okay. He was like, "Oh, well, you need to," you know, this is him talking to her, "Well, you need to stop losing stuff," and da-da-da-da. I thought it was the end of that, you know. So after that, I was like, "Well, you know, I'm going to see if I can find it. If I can't find it, then it's just lost," you know. After that, 2-3 days after that, she was sick, so she didn't come in. The father came in, I guess, to get the homework from the teachers. You know, knocked on the door. "Hi, I wanted to know, did you find the clock?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I didn't. I wasn't able to find it." Now, you know, a weekend passed, and I was like, "You know, I wasn't able to find it. I'm sorry." And he was like, "Oh, gosh, okay." You know, I was just thinking, like, this is kind of like a bootsy old clock. Maybe it had some sentimental reasons to it, but it was boo-boo. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, okay, just, you know, just stop. So, here's another recap thing of what happened. Today, this is why I'm making it today. Today, he came in again. Of course, every day, because he's picking up his child. But this particular day, I guess he made a flyer and he gave it to my boss, and he wanted her to make photocopies of lost clock, you know, and give it to every teacher and every parent that is in our program. And I guess my boss didn't do it, and she was like, oh, yeah, I have the flyer here. He's like, no, I wanted you to make copies of it, and I wanted you to pass it to all the teachers and all the parents that their child is in this program, blah, blah, blah. And my boss was like, well, sorry, sir, you know, my whole job is not to find your daughter's lost clock. She lost it, so therefore she needs to remember where it is. You know, I said I was going to have the flyer and post it, and I did, and that's all, you know, I can do. And he was like, well, I wanted you to make photocopies. And she's like, well, I take care of about 40, 50 kids, sir. That's 40, 50 kids, kindergartners to 5th grade. And I'm sorry I don't have, you know, time out of my day to make 150 photocopies of your lost FedEx clock. That is cheap anyway, but, you know, whatever. Now, I don't know. This is just random acts of stupidness to me, because if you are going to give something to your child that is a kindergartner, and you feel like it has sentimental reasons, why would you give it to your child, let alone a kindergartner? But why would you give it to her and let her keep it and let her go to school with it? Like, does that make any sense to you? Like, you know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's the only clock in the world to you, and, you know, whatever. I don't know why I'm even tripping off of it, because it's not even about me, but it's just the fact that it's like they were arguing about this, like in front of the little girl. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Can y'all, like, take it outside? Like, you know, and he was, like, really just like, well, I wanted you to make that photocopy. And my boss was like, well, you know, hold on. Okay, I understand that, but you don't have to come to me like that over a clock that you gave your daughter, which is in kindergarten. You know, it's ridiculous. Anyway, this ain't even about me, because I probably would have handled it completely different. I don't know how I would have did it, but I probably would have handled it completely different. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that one out, and it's ridiculous, and, you know, whatever. But yeah, random acts of stupidness is happening all around me, and it's scaring me. No. But yeah, so that's all I have to say, folks. Leave a comment. Yeah. Bye.